And this morning I'm out in Thousand Oaks, California with Professor Raul Montolfo. Raul was the first instructor that I began training jiu-jitsu with, and that was about 5 years ago now. And we're at Professor Fabio Leopoldo's Academy. We're at Professor Fabio Leopoldo's Academy, one of his 3 academies now. He's going to be beginning another academy in Camarillo, California, and he has one in Ventura, California, and Gracie Marumbi. And Professor, thank you for taking so much time with us this morning. And if you can introduce yourself to our JiuJitsuMania audience, give them a little bit of history on where you've been and your great accomplishments.
Oh, thank you. Well, first of all, I'm glad to see you, Tom. I haven't seen you in a little while. It's great to see you in person again and talk to you. Hopefully we'll train a little bit. I started martial arts actually over 25 years ago. My first start that I started was Korean art of Hapkido, which was I played college and professional basketball, and I was really excited the first time I saw Hapkido. There was a lot of joint locks and throws, and the movements of that particular art was really exciting to me. And it wasn't really, they didn't do the art to like, oh, I want to learn how to fight or anything like that. And really what I wanted to learn was I liked the movement. And I thought it was really interesting. It was good discipline and stuff too. So I started doing Hapkido. I did that for about 6 years. I got my black belt. And at that time also too, I happened to see an Aikido demonstration in Hawaii. And again, the same thing, the type of movements, the circular motions and stuff too were real exciting and very dynamic. So I started doing Aikido, and I fell in love with doing Aikido, and also that led into doing the Japanese martial arts with the Japanese sword of the Ido. And about 9 years ago, when I was practicing Aikido, I had met a friend of mine who did some jiu-jitsu, some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And so we were doing some techniques on the ground. It was amazing. I mean, the guy was half my size and much older than me. And he just choked me out and was just playing with me. And I was just like, this is amazing. So I did some research and stuff too, and I found a great jiu-jitsu school, which was Gracie Baja. And so I was one of the first students. Actually, when I started with Gracie Baja, we had like 6, 7 students. And Marcy Fatoza was the head instructor. And most of our classes consisted of, a lunch class of 3, 4 guys. The evening classes maybe 12. And one of the most exciting things was, after about a month of training, Master Carlos Gracie Jr. had come to spend some time in the United States and was actually teaching the classes. So here I was rolling and training and from some of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world. And that's kind of how it evolved, and now I'm an instructor, senior instructor for Fabio Leopoldo here at Gracie Morambi, and I've been very fortunate. I've had some phenomenal teachers. My Aikido teacher was a direct student of the founder of Aikido. My Hapkido teacher, same thing in Korea, and now with Master Carlos Gracie, and now with Professor Fabio Leopoldo. So I've been very fortunate. It's phenomenal teachers. And
you got your black belt under Master Carlos Gracie?
I got my black belt directly from Carlos Gracie Jr. I got my brown belt actually in Brazil at the main academy at Gracie Baja. In Rio de Janeiro, and I've trained in Japan also too in Aikido, and so that's all my black belts were from phenomenal teachers. So I've been very blessed. Some of my friends always tease me about, how is it that I always seem to find these great teachers, out of everyone else is, like, how did you find this guy? And I was like, really, just by luck. So.
Well, what people can't see on camera here is that you're 6'4", about 250 pounds, and one of the most powerful guys I've ever rolled with, and a tremendous athlete. You move extremely well for a man of your size. And tell us a little bit about the success you've had on the competitive circuit.
Yeah, back in 2008, I've always been competitive my whole life. So playing basketball, and so I thought, they had these jiu-jitsu tournaments. I went down to watch the IBJJF tournaments. And I was like, man, this would be really a lot of fun. So I signed up, and my first tournament was as a brown belt at the Pan Americans. And I'd won that, and then I competed in the Worlds. I won the Nogi Worlds. I won the IBJJF tournaments in Vegas. I won 2 of those, both in my division and the Open. I just got back from Japan. I competed in Kobe at the Kobe International. Won gold in that. So I've been very fortunate. Again, great teachers, great fundamentals, guys that with Professor Fabio has been a tremendous help, especially on the competitive side. He's a phenomenal record and a 3-time world champion. So I learned so much, but more than anything, it's not even so much winning. It's just getting out there and just doing it and having fun and just testing yourself. And met a lot of great guys from that too, especially the guys I've competed with. I've hung out with them also. Great guys.
And again, something that's amazing to me about that is you're doing all this at the ripe old age of what?
Yeah, I'm 47.
47 years old.
47 years old. So.
And competing and winning world championships with the best. So let me ask you, there's in the JiuJitsuMania audience, we have a tremendous and growing sector of guys over 40.
Correct.
And what advice would you give someone who's thinking about starting jiu-jitsu and is maybe a little bit apprehensive? They come in, you see a lot of young guys rolling hard, you know, as well as somebody who is over 40. How does your training vary from, you know, maybe somebody who's 10 or 20 years younger than you?
Well, you know, the thing is too is that they have to remember is like, you know, the age doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. So if you're a guy that's in his 40s and stuff too, and have a family, you know, and you want to start doing jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu they call the gentle art, right? And it truly is that. If you learn the basic techniques and stuff too, like that I learned from my teachers, I think it's going to be able, you're going to be able to train with guys 20 years old, you know, 19 years old. It's not an issue. What an issue is if you let your ego get involved and say, look, I'm going to try to, you know, muscle with these guys and, you know, try to fight with these guys, and yeah, then you're going to have problems. But the great thing is when you're a little older, you know, one more tour and you realize, hey, look, I'm just doing it for the art. You know, I'm doing it to get good exercise because the longevity of what you're doing in jiu-jitsu is amazing. If the training to me is important, especially as you get older and stuff too, is that you train smart. You know, you don't need to go every day and try to compete against a guy that's 20 years old. No, you're going to go to compete against yourself. You know, every day to try to get a little bit better, a little bit better. And you know, the type of training you should do is just a good fun. First thing is find a good teacher. You know, a fundamental program. You know, learn all the basics, and you'll find that the size and the younger guys, the strength and stuff too, doesn't play when you have good fundamentals and good basics. So to me, that's probably the key is just finding a good school and learning the basics of jiu-jitsu.
Great. Professor, thank you so much for spending the time with us today. And I do look forward to getting on the mat with you very soon, and looking forward to sharing more of your wisdom and knowledge with the viewers of JiuJitsuMania.com. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, JiuJitsuMania and stuff too. It's great seeing you, and look forward to hopefully meeting some of the guys from JiuJitsuMania someday. Take care.